if you want to be successful at trading, like you have to have a strong mindset. Stick to your plans and just grind it out. You can't force it. Like what I had to learn, like patience is just very important. Like you just have to let the market come to you.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Hi guys, welcome to another TFT interview. You guys asked for only payouts, so we're giving you only payouts. We realized that getting funded, sure, maybe that was an accomplishment in itself, but getting the payouts is really what you guys want to know. So we've got them here. And before we get started, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, drop a comment, do all the good things, share it. Why not? Share the interview. And okay, we'll go ahead and get right into it. So let everybody know what your name is, where you're from, and what got you into trading.
All right. So my name is Valentine, or Valentine in English. I'm from Austria, and basically I got into trading, I think a bit over 2 years ago, basically because of cryptocurrency. So I started out as just a hodler, basically just buying random shit coins, as they call them, and then just hoping that number go up for a while. But like then I kind of got like more interested to be like more efficient with it, and also a bit bored at my day job. So I basically started on Twitter, various people on YouTube. Also been in a like some sort of paid group for a while where I basically learned the basics, because like they had very decent videos. So I was able to learn basically all the theory that you need kind of quickly. And then I just started in crypto, and then for a while I've been like mainly trading legacy markets, because crypto is kind of dead. And
yeah,
like it's especially for like funded accounts, it's like way more stable, like using prop firms in like traditional markets.
Yeah,
because like you don't
that
have
leads
those
to
wild.
my next question. So how did you find a prop firm, or just prop firms in general?
I've been trading on cryptocurrency exchanges. I've been also like swing trading legacy on eToro at capital.com. And that then basically, because it's just a lot easier to trade with like bigger capital, at least for me, because
Yeah.
like in the beginning, like my strategy was very focused on like, especially in crypto, like on knife catching kind of. So like basically just wait for a bunch of liquidations to hit, and then basically catch that mechanical bounce when the book is empty. And that's like, if you're using that strategy, like you want to TP rather quickly, and like it's just way more efficient if you have a bigger size, because like if you get like 1% on like a 50 or 100k account, it's already like sizable. And if you have small capital, like you have to do it over and over again. And so I just decided to look for prop firms, and then just like checked out a few, checked the conditions, the rules, and then decided, basically I joined the competition just to get used to MetaTrader, because like the UI, it's a bit like 90s.
Yeah.
So like basically I traded in the competition. I think when it was in August. And even though like I think I got kicked out after like a week or two, because I basically thought that the 5% drawdown would scale with equity, because I misread that rule. And so like I think at one day I was like I think 200 over, but I kept trading. And like I think I traded small size as well, but in August, like I made, even though the account get kicked out, like I just continued just to get used to it. And I think I made over 90 grand just with like 3 lots max. And so like then I was like, yeah, I like the community. They have a Discord. They seem to like care about their people. Rules are good. And I just tried it out in September.
All right. Okay. So then as far as strategy goes, kind of, so you've been into it since crypto. Did you go from 0 to 100? Have you tried a lot of different strategies? Kind of what's your journey from how you got to the strategy you are now?
I mean, my strategy, like my strategy varies from asset to asset, because like, for example, like in crypto, I do a lot of fading extremes, like by using order flow. And I do not have that in traditional markets, because I haven't found for example, like Sierra charts, I find too clunky. Like I haven't found a software that I really like for legacy yet. So I just traded without order flow, and obviously had to adapt my strategy. So like on legacy, I usually like it depends on the asset and the environment, but I like to try to trade ranges, basically, especially like fake range breakouts, because like people tend to short breakdowns and long breakouts. In most cases, it doesn't work very well, especially if you don't TP very quickly, because most markets range more than they trend. So like I usually like to fade range breaks, breaks of balance. And then I also I trade at the moment, at least on funded trader, mainly gold.
Okay.
And like gold is like, you can trade very well with like, obviously I have to keep an eye on DXY because like it's kind of pretty much inverse correlated most of the time. And then on gold, I just do basically like order blocks. I do simple SR and break of structures, and that's usually enough on gold. So
Okay,
like
fair
I
enough.
like to keep it very simple on legacy markets, because like you have, especially like for example on euro and pound, you had like super old supports, like lows from like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, like those usually give a reaction.
Mhm.
And so like that's usually enough. Like it's only a little bit tricky because like at the moment I just have a rapid account, which so I'm not able to like hold positions and trade new. So like I might get another one, because it's kind of tricky because the market, like if it's on Monday, Tuesday, it's all right. But like even if your idea can be right, if it doesn't go your way till Friday, then like you take a loss anyway. So
Right,
like
right.
it doesn't really matter if it's still within your risk. Like if you have to close on Friday, then you kind of take the L. So I'm gonna get a swing account soon.
Okay.
I feel like it's easier.
Well, tell me a little bit about gold. So I'm interested in gold. I haven't really interviewed many people that trade it. Now I have a little bit experience with, I used to trade gold. I trade platinum for a little while, but now I'm kind of all in with oil. But what is your kind of views on gold? Is it usually ranging? I know I've seen some pretty big moves for the past few weeks in gold. Like what's your idea on that?
Overall, like most of the changes in the price of gold is just like the relative change to basically how strong or weak the dollar is. If you have a strong dollar, you need less dollars to buy gold. Like most of the time, like I would say like at least 90% of price changes are due to changes in dollar value. Sometimes you can even like just inverse correlate trade it on like 1 to 5 minutes with DXY. And like it's especially in all those news events, like you usually have spikes up or down on DXY, and then like you have to be on the right side or just not get in, because like I remember that was the September CPI, like everyone was super bullish on everything, on stocks, on crypto. It was 13th of September, I think. Like just everyone was bullish, and then just DXY gapped up and like everything gapped down. I got slipped like $10 on gold, I think. I had positions in the Asia session, and I think I went from like 3K up to like 2K down in like 5 seconds, even though all my stop losses were in profits. It was like the first and only time I'm gonna do that. Yeah, but gold is, for me, I feel like it's very easy to trade, like the last 2 months. But like you have like it's not necessary to watch the DXY for it if you just trade good levels, like respected levels with like decent risk. But I feel like you definitely have a better win rate if you kind of know like what news does to DXY, especially a little bit of macro knowledge. I feel like helps on gold.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I could agree with you. Okay, next question is kind of the psychology. So this is different with every trader. Like, how do you handle losses? What's your kind of like, how do you stay in for the bigger profits? What's the psychology side of it for you?
I mean, it's just I just feel like you have to trade prop accounts a lot differently than private accounts, obviously, because like you have the added set of rules. So like you have to adapt your strategy a lot, especially around these news events. Like for me, like I haven't traded that much this last month, but I just feel like it's easier for me, for example, to just set a very like not a profit target for a month that's like not too ambitious. Like just go for like 2-3%. Just get there relatively safely, and just don't take positions that are too big. And then like it's not that hard to swallow losses.
That's fair, absolutely.
Because like sure, like I mean it depends on your risk tolerance, but like sometimes like if you have an FOMC meeting or a CPI coming up, like you it's almost guaranteed that you're gonna get big moves across the board.
Right.
And sure, for me, it's even a bit different because I'm not allowed to trade news on the rapid account, so I have to be even more careful to not have any stop losses in place. But I guess like you can obviously, like I know a lot of people who just gamble on these events, but it's like in my opinion, it's just not worth it. Like either you are in a position from like far enough away where you're kind of sure that you're gonna survive whatever happens, or you just gotta close before and reassess after. Like at least for me, and like you just have to. Losses are part of trading. They're always gonna happen. You just like unless you want to do a new challenge every second month, Like I just would advise to not size up too much. Because like
Fair.
sure, it's like, I mean, like a lot of people just get into trading for the wrong reasons. Because like if you're dependent on that money to basically make ends meet, then it's not the best. Because like you have that added pressure. You need to make X amount to pay your bills, and that's just gonna lead you to do like a lot of emotional trading, which is usually not the
Absolutely.
best.
I agree with you completely.
I just
All right,
always
then,
make sure that
walk us through kind of like your, let's just say, day in the life. So you're getting up. What does your day look like? Are you trading? What sessions? What's just a super quick overview of what it's like?
I mean, I usually get up. I mean, it depends on the day, but I usually prefer to trade London over New York. I mean, I do trade
Okay.
New York if there's a news event, but I just like, for me, it's just New York is a lot of times because there's a lot of stop hunting taking place and a lot of up and down stop loss hunting. So it's like it's not my preferred environment because I have to like you have to have wider stop losses in place, and that doesn't fit my risk profile. So I usually get up half an hour before London. I have most of my levels marked out anyway. If I want to trade, like if something is in an area of interest, I usually have 4 or 5 charts open, have my alert set, and then just usually watch what happens. And if any alerts go off, I enter a trade. Then I just monitor it throughout the day. And then usually it depends on the day, but if I'm up a lot by New York session, I usually close 50% most of the time, because like it's been too often that I've had a like bigger floating P&L going into New York, and then 5 minutes in, your P&L is cut in half.
Yeah.
And you're like, I should have closed or at least hedged. Yeah, and then I like sometimes I sleep in the afternoon and then trade Asia again. But like I usually trade London and
Gotcha.
and
Very
on
cool.
news days, obviously New York.
Oh, yes. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Very cool. And then the next question would be kind of what is your payout? And if you want to share any of your strategies, kind of give us an idea of what the charts look like.
Payout, I think so far been like a bit over $6,000.
Nice. Awesome.
In like, I think 50 days or 40 days. Like I haven't traded on the account much because like I'm at the moment trying to figure out a new lower time frame strategy I want to use on that account, because like I would like to swing trade, so I'm probably going to open a new swing account and just
I'm also trying
that
to migrate over to swing trading too. So it'll be an interesting transition.
Yeah, sure. It's a lot less stressful.
I agree. Oh my God, that's where I want to be. I'm very similar. I'm in the day trading realm. I'm like usually in and out within the day, but as of just this past week, I'm trying to make that transition from, day trader to swing trader. It feels like once you finally make that transition, the moves are bigger, you're much more comfortable. There's not so much anxiety. So making that transition is going to be tricky, but when I get there, I'm excited.
Yeah, I was like, for me, it's pretty much the same. Like it's been pretty hard to swing trade because like we've been up and down a lot. So like,
yeah,
like I feel like the environment's a bit tricky at the moment, like especially in crypto. I usually trade the account on like at least gold. I trade via TradingView.
okay.
The rest I trade on MetaTrader, and like it really depends on the asset. Like this is my more higher time frame gold chart where I just basically mark a lot of liquidity levels. I mark some order blocks, and then usually I just have a second one. I usually have like 3-4 charts per asset, and usually mark out like sometimes when I'm in the mood on the bigger charts, I have like monthly, weekly levels marked out. I have like bigger levels of liquidity marked out. But like I also do a lot of like just naked chart stuff. So like I usually do not use any indicators. Sometimes on the like bigger time frame, I like to use. Sometimes I look at like RSI divergences, or if available and applicable on the asset. Like I sometimes do like more short time trades on like 15 minutes CVDs. And as I said, on crypto, I usually use exo charts for order flow. Like I don't do that on traditional markets. So like since I do mostly I trade price action most of the time. So like I'm kind of, I don't need any indicators or need to mark out too many levels. It just gets like, I like it when it's very clean. Not just because like if you trade, especially if you only trade one asset, like you kind of know where the bigger levels are. So like it's not really necessary to mark it out for me. Like I have some levels below. I still hope that gold gets down into the 1500s at least.
Okay.
That's about it. And then obviously if I'm like just before a session, I would mark out like local levels and just put alerts on them. Like just let's just say like just here put an alert on here, go to the next asset. And so basically, because I mean I have 4 screens, but just so I'm quicker to react.
Yeah.
Because if you trade on multiple accounts, like especially on scalps, every second matters to get the entry that you want, and that's about it.
All right, fair enough. I would say I'm still, this is crazy. I've been trading for like 7 years and I'm just now learning how TradingView works. And the game changer is like being able to put alerts on your lines. It blew my freaking mind. Yeah, so that was new for me.
Usually like depends on your time frame, but I usually like to do it like a little bit before, because especially if it's like a failed auction or like you swing failure, a high or a low, it's like you're usually a bit too late if you put it on the line.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously if you swing trade and if your entry is based on like a 4-hour or daily level, it's fine.
Then you're fine. Yeah.
I usually like to catch wicks. It's because it's just the best invalidation then, and you're able to put more size on.
Absolutely. All right, fair enough. This is cool. And I like that you even, I mean, everything down to like the colors of your candles. I mean, I love the simplicity of the chart. That's the way that I roll too. Very clean, naked chart is like one of my favorite things. And like starting the day, then starting to mark it up, price action, support, resistance, trend lines, the whole 9 yards. But I love being able to just put everything on the screen myself instead of indicators, which nothing wrong with indicators at all. If it works for you, hell yeah, that's amazing. But I agree with you completely. Nice, clean chart. That's the way to go.
For me, like it's been way less, because like I have like, for example, for Fibs, I have like shit ton of templates, but like I barely, like I used to even like have like order blocks in different colors for support and resistance, with like have it marked up where the 0.5 of the order block is. After a while, like you just get used to it, and like you kind of know by just by looking at it.
Oh yeah, I agree. Okay, very cool. Then I would say to kind of finish it off, let's give an idea of just some advice that you've got for the traders that that are very close to getting that payout, but they can't quite get it. They've gotten funded and they've got a strategy, but they just can't get consistent enough to get the payout.
I would just advise to not size too big, and like just take it slow. And like if you want to be successful at trading, like you have to have a strong mindset, because like I remember when I first got my account, like I traded up like to like from 50K to like 53. Then I had a horrible week and dropped down to like 48. Like obviously, like when you're in drawdown, like you get very anxious and you might be tempted to like size up to make it all back, but like you just have to like stick to your plans and just grind it out. I feel like you also kind of need some set in stone rules to protect yourself. Like if you take 2 losses in a row, like you halve the risk, for example, or you just take smaller positions, or you could even do like, if you lose whatever, like 1%, you're done for the day, or you take a break at least, like go for a walk. You can't force it. Like what I had to learn, like patience is just very important. Like you just have to let the market come to you.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It might take a while. And also what I'm very guilty of is like, you have to try to not overtrade, because sometimes like you have a trade that you have planned out, like you waited 2 weeks, you enter it, you make like 5 grand. And then like you have another few setups, and then after a day or two, you get impatient, and then you take like 5 shitty trades in a row. And then like you've lost half your trades that you made on that one planned trade, on trades that you had no business taking.
Yeah.
And that's just like, it just weighs heavy on you and just drags you down. So like, I feel like for a lot of people, like less is more.
Absolutely. I agree. And I'm guilty of that too. Oh my gosh. It's like you said, a lot of mindset, rules, having some things in place for, okay, if you take this loss, or if you're down this percent, like having things in place already, go for a walk, take a break, turn the charts off. I think all of those are just incredible for new traders. Okay. And then last question for you is going to be, what is your experience with the funded trader?
I mean, so far it's been excellent. It's like the support, I didn't have too many issues, but like the support, it's been super fast. The Discord is nice. I mean, you guys have shit tons of promotions. You have like
Right.
chess club, the competitions. I feel like are really, really great and like also very unique. I don't think I've seen another prop firm that has those. Like there's lots of giveaways, free accounts people can win. It's like overall it's been a super positive experience. And like
Awesome.
I've had some bad experiences with other prop firms, so it's been really nice here.
Okay, cool. I'm glad to hear that. I love that. Alrighty, Valentine, that's all I got for you today. Thank you for this interview. It was incredibly efficient. I mean, it was direct, to the point, concise. I like it. That's the way we roll.
Thank you. Been a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for watching. See us next time. And if you enjoyed this interview, drop a comment, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all the great things. Alrighty, Valentine, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much.